Now let's move to C++. So in C++, these are the main type of variables: integer, float, double, boolean, char. Also we have unsigned, as we saw in C#. You can see here float and integer have the same type of have the same size, 4. Double have 8 bytes, boolean and char have 1 byte. So here we have a declaration and we follow the same. Here we follow the same. We have the type, we have the name of the variable, we have the equal sign, and we have the value. So the same, everything that is on the right is going to the left to be a storage. So we have long, integer, unsigned, and here as you see the difference between C# and C++ is that on C# is just adding the U, but in C++ you have to write down the whole keyword unsigned, integer, a boolean, char, float, double. So let's go directly to Visual Studio. Here we have the integer and we have the printing. So here as you compare with C#, we have COUT. So it's different how we print in C# and C++. So we're gonna learn all these one by one. This is just explaining you the data type. So here we have all the variables. I want to show you the float, the double. Here we have the integers and the unsigned. The only difference that we have with the compilers here is that Visual Studio is most often updated for C# than C++, because C# is for Microsoft. So here if I put more values that is allowed to put, the compiler will run and it will show you something different. So I will show you how it works. So let's do it this way now to start. So here we can see all the values: short, long, chart, int. So what happens if I put the integer that is not allowed, that the positive? So just remember in C# it show you an error, but here it will do something different. So let's start and let's see what it does. So here we also press the value that is assigned. So for example, we have integer is 21444 this, and now if we go here in C++, it becomes negative because this is between negative and positive. But the compiler in C++ is not telling you, or the IDE is not telling you right away that you have an error, because for him it's okay and he interprets this like a minus, like a negative value. So be careful with this in C++. It's easy to make errors because compiler won't tell you what is the error, but now we are representing a negative value instead of positive one. Now we have here the float and the double, and you can see we can use decimals and we can represent science values, but float and double, the difference is the size. In double we can save more data, and you can see here we have 4 minus 45, but we have 4.4 minus 66, exponential of 66. As soon as I put more zeros in float, we will have an error. No an error, it's just gonna represent the value because we have subtract. So now these 4 are not important for the float because now we exceed the type we exceeded the bytes, so everything will be 0 for him for flow variable. So yeah, I will explain later on how to write code in C++, C#. This is just the introduction to data type. Take the time to download the code and practice. So this is the print, this is how you declare variables. So that's all for this video. Let's continue with the next one.